Okay, hello guys. So as I work through some of my courses, I would sometimes do a recording as of a video as I actually work through the problem. So this is me working through some of the calculus problems. Now I won't be doing this for every single worksheet. I'll only be able to do this for when I actually have the time. So how this is gonna work out is I'll be displaying what the worksheet is, and on the second page I'll be writing. Reason being is because I normally write very big on these digital platforms, so that's why I'm using it on there. So starting off, y is equal to 5. So here we go, y equals 5. Now, the first rule that you should always remember is anytime you see a constant generally being a number, derivative is going to be 0. And constant is c. So y prime is going to be equal to 0. Okay, now that's the very first question. That's fairly easy. So the second question now. F of x is equal to 5x to the 18th power. So f of x is equal to 5x to the 18th power. Now, sometimes I'll be working through things a little bit fast, but for like this year, I'm going to work it through a little bit slowly. Now, with the power of 18, I'm going to write that first, which is going to be multiplying 5, and that 5 is multiplying with x, and I write back the power. So my 18 goes in front, I write back 5, I write back x, I write back the power, and I subtract the power from, I subtract back 1 from the power. So now it's just simple multiplication and then a subtraction of the powers. So I'll always be doing something like this for most of my problems. This is 40. So I always do some simple calculations on the side. So this is 90x to the 17th power. Okay, so that would be for number 2. Number 3, y is equal to 4x to the 5th plus x. So in this case, y is equal to 4x to the 5th plus x. I'm going to work this one a little bit slow as well. So y prime is equal to 5 times 4 times x to the 5th power, which is going to be subtracting 1 plus, now since x is by itself, it tells you that x has a power of 1, so it says 1 times x, 1 subtracting 1. So 5 times 4 is 20, x, 5 big 1, 4, plus. So any variable number times 1 is what is itself, and here I have x to the 0 power. Now anything that's raised to the 0 power is going to be equal to 1. So in completing this, this is going to be equal to 20 x to the 4th subtracting 1. Alright, so next question is going to be for number 4, where I have f of x equal to 4x to the 4th minus 5x minus 3. So f of x is equal to 4x to the 4th minus 5x minus 3. So f prime of x, now notice that we have a constant here, so this is automatically going to give me 0. I'm just going to work this one quickly. 4 times 4, so power times what's here? 4 times 4 is 16. X, 4 subtracting 1 is 3, minus 5. Yeah, sometimes I have to just go through the process because, again, it's for time. So, number 5. Y is equal to 3x to 5 over 4. Alright, now when you have these fractional components, it's a little bit tricky, so I'll be working this one a little bit slowly. So y prime is equal to, the power comes in front, 5 divided by 4 times 3, and I'll put it over 1 for the persons that are a little bit uncomfortable to work with fractions, which multiplied by x over 1. And the x is 5 over 4, subtracting 1. So just do my little calculations here. So this is going to give me a quarter. So what I have now is I'll be just writing everything as one numerator. 5 times 3 is 15. I write back my x, and when I work this here out, I have the answer to be a quarter. So this is going to be divided by 4. Alright, so next question now. So this is a fraction and we call it a fraction. So y is equal to 5 over 4 x to the 2 thirds. So just because fractions doesn't mean that you need to be a little bit afraid, you just do the same concept. To the power in front, multiplying 5 over 4, multiplying x, 2 over 3 divided by 1. 3 minus 1, 1, 3. So this is minus 1/3. Alright, so this is where things become a little bit tricky. Alright, but it's not going to be too hard to explain. So what this is equal to is, oh, I'm missing something. Let me just look here, maybe cancel out. 2 1s, 2, 2 2s, 4. Always remember that. Anything else can cancel out, that's a no. So I have 5x to the minus a third being divided by 3 times 2, which is 6. Now you can't have a negative power as your answer, so we're going to take that down. So I have 5 divided by 6x to the 1/3. Alright, I'm not going to touch on that. I'm going to leave it how I believe this worksheet has it. Let me just check. Because they always, how did they leave it? Yeah, so they have it like that. Alright, next question. Which number is it now? 6x to the 1/3 is number 6. So what's number 7? Y equal to minus 4x minus 5. Okay. So y is equal to minus 4x raised to negative 5 power. I'm going to just go this a little bit slowly. So y is equal to minus 5 times minus 4 times x to the minus 5 minus 1. So this is equal to minus 5 minus 4, negative to the positive, 5 4 is 20, x, and minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6. So this is now equal to no negative power in the numerator divided by x to the 6. Alright, number 8, I believe, yes, y is equal to 3 divided by x cubed. So y is equal to 3 being divided by x cubed. Now, when working problems with the powers at the bottom, or the denominator to say, you just write it in the numerator and you change the power to negative. So this is now equal to minus 3 times 3 times x to the minus 3 minus 1. So this is equal to minus 3 times 3 is equal to minus 3 times 3 is minus 9. This is x to the minus 4. So this is now equal to minus 9 over x to the 4th power. Alright, so for the remaining problems, I won't be working it out by expansion like that. I'll just be working towards solving for them. So y is equal to x to the 2/3. So y equals x to the 2/3 is equal to 2/3 x of 2/3 minus 1. So 2/3 minus 1/1. 3, 2, so this is minus 1/3. So this is equal to 2/3 x to the minus 1/3. Now some working would look like this: 2x minus 1/3 over 3. I would suggest that most persons that are a little bit new to work with these algebraic concepts, you write it like that so you can remember exactly what you have to do, wherein since it's a power, it has to go into the denominator. So y is equal to 2 divided, I have 3x to 1/3. Alright, so next is this one. Alright, so this is where I need to highlight what I was going to highlight earlier on. So this is f of x is equal to 2/4 root of x. So before I jump into that, I just need to touch on this. If you're given the square root of x, what you actually write is x to the half power. This is on the law of indices, wherein the power of x is 1 and the root, there the number is 2. So taking what I just did, I wrote back the variable of x, the power I have in the numerator, and what is here I have in the denominator. So let's say I had the 5th root of b. I would, let's say b squared. It would be b, the power goes numerator. Whatever is, let's say, in the v, denominator. So in using that understanding, let's now work into this. I'm going to write back f of x is equal to 2. I'm going to use multiplication. X, power here is 1, in the v is 4. Alright, so now let's move on to solving. So what is this equal to? 1/4, there's a power here, times 2/1 times x to the 1/4 minus 1. So, alright, let me just solve this here. 1/4 minus 1/1, 4. So you have minus 3/4, which means that you would have your x value in the, sorry, not your x, you would have the x variable with the power in the denominator. So is there anything I could cancel here? Yes, 2 1s 2, 2 2s 4. So f prime of x is equal to, I have 1, so let me just write it here as x to the minus 3/4, all divided by 2. And to finish it off, what I'll have is 1/2x to the 3/4. Alright, so I believe now it's number 11. Alright, so this is the lengthy one again. Alright, so let's see here. Y is equal to 2/3 x to the 4th plus 5x, and what is this? 5x minus x to the minus 3. Minus x to the minus 3. Alright, so this is going to be a lot of writing. Alright, so this is equal to 4 times 2/3 x to the 4 take 1 plus, I'm just going to simplify this here into the derivative, which is going to be just 5. minus, alright, so this is a since this is a minus sign, I'm going to put bracket minus 3 x to the minus 3 minus 1. So 2, no, cannot do that, cannot do that. This is dividing. Put this right. So this is, where is it? Alright, so 4 2's 8 over 3 x to the third power plus 5 plus 3x to the minus 4. Alright, so writing this out now is equal to 8x cubed over 3 plus 5 plus 3 over x to the 4th. Alright, some long questions. Alright, number 12, y is equal to minus 12x. So y is equal to minus a half x to the 4th, half x to the 4th plus 3x to 5 over 3, and at the back there is 2x plus 2x. Alright, so another long one. So it's going to be 4 times minus a half x to the 4 take 1 plus 5 over 3 times 3x to the 5 over 3 take 1. So I'm just going to derive this here out. This is going to give me 2. Alright, so 2 1s, 2 2's. So this is equal to 2 negative 2, because this is a negative here, x cubed plus, these will cancel, I have 5x, oh boy, alright, so let me just go down a bit here, where do I write it? 5 thirds minus 1, so 5 over 3 minus 1 over 1, 5, so this is 2 thirds. So this is going to be 2 divided by 3 plus 2. And that should be the end of that. What other questions are there? Okay, just a few more. Alright, number 13, y is equal to minus 3r to the 5th minus 5r squared. Alright, so if you remember all of that. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, great. Y is equal to minus 3r. Sometimes the pen I'm using just glitches and I have to wait. So it's minus 5r squared. So yeah, alright, so this is a little bit straightforward for me, so I'm just going to write it. 5 times minus 3 is minus 15. R, 5 take 1 is 4. And 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. R, 2 take 1, 1. Alright, that's that. Next question. Minus 3 over s squared minus 4 over s4. Alright. So, f of s is equal to minus 3 over s squared minus 4 over s to the 4th. So, you write this back with the powers with the numerator, so this is minus 3s to the minus 2, minus 4s to the minus 4, and now I'm just going to go ahead and solve. I won't be spending too much time here. So f prime of x, 6x to the minus 3 plus 16x to the minus 5. So my answer does not, it's s. I'm writing x, it should be s. Just give me a moment here. apologize for any noise that you would hear. I already have the best audio capture setup. So this is 6 over s cubed plus 16 over s to the fifth. A lot more changes to make here. Alright, so this is s, and this is s. Alright, next question. Wow, 15. They really amped up the difficulty as they actually went down. Alright, so I have to go back and check that just now. F of x is 2x cubed, x to 3 over 2. So f of x is equal to 2 over 3x power of 3 over 2 minus 3/4 x 3 over 4 x with the power being 3/5. Yeah, they really amped up here. So let's get into it. This is going to be 3 over 2 times 2 over 3x. Shouldn't put it like that. Write this part properly. And this is x 3 over 2 take 1 minus 3 over 5 times 3 over 4 x to the 3 over 5 take 1. Let me just work out the powers first. So this is going to be a half minus 2/3. No, I mean 2/3, 2/5. Sorry about that. So this is 2/5. Yeah, that's the thing with working these long questions is that they really can be tricky on your mind. So this cancels this. This is x to the half minus 3 3 is 9, 5 4 is 20, and this is x to the minus 2 over 5, so that's going to have to go down. So f prime of x is equal to x to the half minus 9 over 20 x to the 2 over 5. Alright, so last three. Yeah, they really went all out for these last of the questions. Alright, so y is equal to root 2 cube root s plus root 2 times fifth root s. Alright, so let's get into this. So y is equal to root 2. Now this dot means multiply. So this is cube root of s plus root 2 times the fifth root of s. Now treat the root 2's just like you would treat a number. It's going to be very important that you maintain that. So I'm going to write this now in the form that I'll be working on, which is going to be root 2, and after root 2 I'm going to have times s to the 1/3 plus root 2 times s to the 1/5. Okay, now looking at this question in concluding this worksheet, I'll be moving a little bit fast because my area is a little bit noisy at the moment. So let me just get straight into it. So the dots that you see here, they mean multiplication. So I should write this first, how it's easily workable. So this y is equal to root 2 times s of 1/3. Remember the s is power of 1, wherever's in the v goes in the denominator, plus root 2 times s to the 1/5. So next what you actually do is the power goes in front, so you have a third times square root 2 times s to a third minus 1 plus 1/5 times root 2, which is then s to the 1/5 minus 1. So a third minus 1 over 1 is going to give me minus 2/3, and 1/5 minus 1 over 1 is going to give me minus 4/5. So these are the governing principles that I'll be making use of for the powers. So writing this all out, what I'll have is 1 over 3 times root 2 over 1 times s over 1, and the power is minus 2/3, and this is plus 1 divided by 5 times root 2 over 1 times s to the minus 4 over 5, which is divided by 1. So this is now equal to root 2 times s to the minus 2/3, which is all being divided by 3, plus root 2 times s to the minus 4/5, 4 divided by 5, all divided by 5. So understanding that you cannot have a negative power, y is equal to root 2 over 3s power of 2/3 plus root 2 divided by 5s 4/5. Alright, I think, yeah, y is equal to 5c is next. Yeah, this is a very tricky component here that you need to pay attention to for all of your problems. Now, c is a constant. So what this means is this is 5 times a constant. Constant could be anything. So the derivative of a constant is 0, because let's say, for example, this is 1, so this is 5 times 1. It could be 100, 5 times 100. It could be any number. Derivative of a constant is going to be 0. Just pay attention to whenever they give you c in a question. And the last one, y is equal to 4ax 3a minus bx 3c. So let me write that down quickly. So y is equal to 4ax 3a minus bx 3c. So this is equal now to 3a times 4a x 3a minus 1 minus 3c times bx 3c minus 1. So this is equal to 12, 4 times 3 is 12, 8 times a is square, and I have x to 3a minus 1 minus 3bc x to the 3c minus 1. And with that, I would have now completed the, I believe, third worksheet for you. What is it again? What is it? Differentiation, power constant, sum rules. I hope this video finds you well, and do enjoy the rest of your day.